And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gem in the Crypto, episode 1204, I believe. Goodness gracious. Today is Friday, March 15, 2024, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At tennis and today's top stories. I can feel the sneeze coming. You hate when that happens, don't it? Today's top. Did the microphone catch it or no? How good is the mic? I
Nah, you
hope it
good.
did it. Good. Senators pressure SEC's Gensler not to approve any more crypto ETFs. UK court rules Craig Wright, not Nakamoto, ending long-standing drama. Federal Reserve lists CBDCs as one of 7 key duties to Congress. And Franklin Templeton goes full Degen with investor note on meme coins. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at these prices. Small drop in the market. We've seen this before, and everybody lost their mind in the ETFs. Started panic selling. It seems like, but Bitcoin's at $67,989. Prices not seen in 2 weeks, down 5.7%.
Right.
Ethereum was at $3,696, down 5% as well. These are rookie numbers. 5%? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Binance at $585 is down 2.2%. Solana at $180 is up almost 8% today. XRP at 62 cents is down 6.5% on the day. Cardano at 71 cents is down 7.3% on the day. Dogecoin sitting at 16 cents is down 9.7%. And Avalanche at 51.27 is down 7%. And real quick, I did have somebody hit me up and ask me about Shiba Inu. Do I think Shiba Inu could be $1 one day? And I would just like to kindly say, man, shut the fuck up, man. You would have to have market cap of the entire world's money in order to have $1 Shiba Inu. Stop it. Learn how to calculate market capitalization before you start asking stupid questions like that. But that's how you know the bull market's back. Fear and greed index is still sitting at 89, sliding close to the extreme greed area. And I don't think we'll leave there anytime soon, as long as I keep getting questions about like Floki and Shiba Inu and whether or not they can be rich tomorrow. So yes, the Degens are full force right now.
I think it's what is it, Dog What If or something? I just saw a story that said Arthur Hayes or
Dog
something
with
was
hat.
Yeah,
Dog
so
with hat. And you remember King? You remember Z that he used to do some of the technical trading with us when we had the newsletter and all that.
right.
Z, he was one of the people that was promoting it. They actually raised $650,000 to put Dog with Hat on that big thing on Las Vegas. The
Oh wow, the
yeah,
globe or
the
orb or
globe,
whatever.
yeah. So they actually raised 650,000 because I think 250,000 gets it for a day, 650,000 gets it for a week. So they're trying to have it
Oh
on there for
wow.
a week. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dog with Hat starts pumping. I mean, you got people on CNBC talking about it. It's hilarious.
All right, there we go. That is
I'm
the
about to
next
start
one.
nigga
But
with Hat.
whoa, man, curveball! I tell you, out the blue, just boom. And BK Crypto. Speaking of which, what up, though? Said boom. Jerome Jones, Hyben 17, JB. Listen, I was like perfect. As soon as the show started, my allergies just started kicking up. Duncan Voss, Hyben 17, Crypto Night Train, Landon DePaul, Wisdom Bars, Satoshi Slim. If you know, you know. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, everybody wanted that dip. Here is the dip. It's funny, everybody wanted the dip, but now people don't want the dip that I was actually here. I say make it dip even further. And yeah, Shiba even a penny yet? I don't know if Shiba's a penny yet, right?
Man, it's 0.0000.
And people are already talking a dollar. Can it get to a penny first? It's so long to go.
Hey man,
But
these
it's
gens.
crazy. Exactly. Top story of the day: Senators pressure SEC's Gensler not to approve any more crypto ETFs. Not only senators, we actually know where the bird call for this one's coming from, and that's from the likes of people of like even Coinbase. Coinbase is pressuring senators and the government to not have any more ETFs. They're saying it's too much. 2 Democratic senators argue that any further approvals would expose investors to risk, including fraud and manipulation. Well, it looks like we were correct in our assessment that the next thing up was going to be an oversaturation of ETFs. I told you they wanted to dilute the market of it. They know they can't control Bitcoin ETFs like they could some other ones out there. which they're probably going to be gunning for here in the short term. What are your thoughts here on this article, Bitcoin Zay, with
Oh
Gary
yeah.
Gensler and the SEC and these ETFs?
Yeah, well, I think with this is more of the same from Gary Gensler, more gray area, more not actually explaining the why they don't want to do it. However, I will say that when they say enormous risk to retail investors, they are not lying. It took 15 years for Bitcoin to get approval, and Bitcoin is the only actual project that's trying to be money. Everything else, the way I always describe it is Bitcoin is leveraging technology to create money, and the crypto market is leveraging money to create technology. So it's two totally different things and a lot more risky. In this case, I would agree simply because, I mean, if they want to do an ETF, is fine, but the risks are there. I think crypto should be left alone. I don't even think it should be any discussion about it being an ETF. Honestly, all that does is just basically have people bullish for no reason. But if you start getting, if you open that Pandora's box, that's what they're afraid of. If you say Ethereum ETF, if you say Solana ETF, you start going into Arbitrum and Polygon, and you start saying all these different ETFs, you're gonna open a can of worms. I don't think that you can close back up. So in that respect, I would say. Nah, it's not needed. I mean, hell, the Bitcoin ETF isn't needed. We don't need it. It's just a valuable asset. It's a $1 trillion asset that's more than silver. So I see why they do it. But for everything else, they don't need the risk. And of course, when they say it's susceptible to pump and dumps, me and King have actually met these people and seen the telegrams. We've seen the discords of people that are pumping and dumping some of these projects on these different coins. So I don't think it'll be approved by ETF, or if it is, it'll have to be a $1 trillion market cap, and that might not happen for a while.
I mean, it would get crazy if it does get approved. Like, we mentioned it. The
Yeah.
Ripple ETF, Ethereum ETF, all the way to Shiba Inu ETF. Dogecoin community is real. I was at a dispensary the other day, trying to talk the Bitcoin gospel to a guy for in there for like 30 minutes or so. And finally we get down to brass tacks, as Saul Goodman would say. I hate that character. I remember I saw that series recently though. But no, we get down to the brass tacks, and they're just like, "Well, I love Dogecoin." I'm just like, "Wait, we've been talking this long, and your whole like we wait, what? The portfolio is Dogecoin for the majority?" And they're like, "Yeah, I just love Dogecoin. I think it'll go to dollar." And I'm doing the whole, well, you don't you think Bitcoin be here at the time? The whole spiel, but it's just like, wow, like I mean, it has a community, it has a market share. So, of course, that is what other people in these wealth management firms are finally starting to see. They're like, hey, once again, the one thing that's real Bitcoin we can't control, the things we can control, the Shiba Inu ETFs, the Dogecoin ETFs, the Ripple ETFs, the coin you never heard of ETF. I guarantee that will be one day in the year 2130. But all these random ones are the ones they really want to open the floodgates to, because that can make the derivative market go crazy. And even scarier, I think another reason why the government might want to take a second look, that can really devalue the dollar. You get a popular enough meme coin ETF that the meme coin's pumping as well as the ETF that's on Cash App or something. Oh man,
Oh yeah.
say goodbye to the dollar. People's capital are just going to be flowing into it, unless, of course, they do only cash settlements and only accept cash for the matter. That is like they might not even be buying the actual cryptocurrency asset, but they're not settling and doing everything in cash. Oh, it's over, man. I think it'll get
They're gonna
crazy.
have to. Yeah, they have to.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have going on. UK court rules Craig Wright not Nakamoto, ending long-standing drama. Oh my goodness. Well, initially we said, hey, if the court did rule his way, it would set precedent. Other courts will have to rule against it, or an appeal process will have to happen. But now it looks like a judge has ruled definitively that Craig Wright is not the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin, dealing a blow to his claims of ownership over the currency's intellectual property. I mean, whether he is or isn't, I mean, as we've been talking a lot about patent law and learning about all the different strategic business ways you could kind of attack a market or take control of a market, I can't even be mad at him. I can't be mad at him. Reggie mentioned that, hey, other people have said and done worse in this space. I can agree with that as well. So it's like, I'm not mad at him for even throwing his name in the hat for it. Hell, we've had people throw their name in a hat for presidency here and then just began winning. So why not, right? Again, the landmark ruling in the United Kingdom by Judge James Mellor on March 14, 2024, the court dismissed Australian computer scientist Craig Wright's near decade-old claim of being Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin. The ruling came after a protracted legal battle between Wright and the Crypto Open Patent Alliance, excuse me, COPA, a coalition of prominent cryptocurrency companies seeking to prevent Wright from asserting his purported ownership over the digital currency's core intellectual property. COPA brought his case against Wright in 2023, alleging that he had repeatedly engaged in widespread document forgery to support his claims of being Nakamoto. As a result, they sought injunctive relief to prevent Wright from further asserting his identity as a Bitcoin creator, which could have far-reaching implications for the cryptocurrency industry, some of which we've already talked about recently. But it looks like this is over with. The Alliance teams closed out by saying Dr. Wright has been shown to have lied on an extraordinary scale. He has invented an entire biographical history, producing one, I don't know this word, was it tranche?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You know I was going to have a problem with that roadblock after another of forged documents to support it. This is crazy. Craig Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto. Who would have thought? Bitcoin's a. What do you say to this?
Not much to say here. We all do this. I don't think anybody actually thought he was Satoshi. He's not the author of the Bitcoin white paper. He didn't create. I mean, this whole case could have been solved in 5 minutes. Literally, all they would have had to say is sign a transaction from the original Satoshi wallet, and you can prove that you're Satoshi. And even still, in the Bitcoin community, nobody wants Satoshi to be around. Nobody wants him to be found. And if he's dead, that's actually better because then we can basically say, hey, nobody controls the wallet. This is as close to decentralization as you can get, and we're good from there. I mean, some Bitcoiners go even further and say, if you meet Satoshi on the dark alley, kill him.
Bro, I knew you were about to go there. What's wrong with you? Listen, the way you were saying it, you were just like, hey, we better off without him. I was like,
for real. I mean, we are, but I mean, if Satoshi turns out to be a government agency like DARPA or like the NSA, I personally think Satoshi was a rogue NSA agent that found the cryptography necessary to create Bitcoin, took it for itself, Edward Snowden style, snuck it out somehow, you know what I mean, and then created it and then left. That's personally what I think. But at the same time, who cares? It doesn't matter at this point. And him trying to prove that he's Satoshi, I don't really get it. Because if I had 1 million Bitcoins, I wouldn't want people to know who I am. I don't know. I mean, to me, Craig Wright is a little psychopath, a sociopath in that regard, that thinks he can get away with it. So it is what it is. I don't think anybody's surprised. We are all Craig Wright.
There it is. Or as Jake said, we are all Satoshi except Craig Wright, since the court said so.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, you are hilarious. I feel it though, but Jake, you a fool. Jake said, approve all the ETFs. Who cares? I will Degen. Let's all get rich. Dump our bags on Wall Street.
Let's do it.
Listen, my only thing is they're just so smart, man. They always got another trick up their sleeve. I don't think they're gonna let it go down just like that. But I'm with you. I get what you're saying. Let's see. Today is the day all contracts for trading expire. Futures and options is called quadruple witching. Happens 4 times a year and the market drops every time. Everybody's saying this is expected. Listen, whether it was this or another reason, I literally the last few days, been sitting on the sideline because I was like, I'm just waiting on an entry point. And all-time high is not an entry point, period. Never has been, never will be, not for me. Learn that lesson. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so I've been on an entry point. I'm like, no, let's get, here we go. But of course, let's see what the weekend brings. Oftentimes, the entire weekend can make a shift happen in crypto, or at least make a definitive sweep of what's going to happen the following week. So let's see, do we go sideways? Are we going to take a nice little dip, or will we see a nice bounce back? If it is a bounce back, I got to tell you, it's because these institutions are still going by crazy. But if they finally bought enough to suffice themselves for the next quarter or so, we could see a quick pullback. I see some analysts calling for 42K, as they say. No real reason. People are just saying it sounds good. We'll see what happens. Exactly.
Who was that? Tom Lee from Funstrat?
Right. No, if you were to say, he probably like 150. If it's going down, he got to go the opposite direction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Let's see. Federal Reserve lists CBDCs as one of 7 key duties to Congress, What's going on with the Federal Reserve? They say they are on board with the CBDC and they're not getting off.
Oh yeah. Well, I think first of all, we need everybody watching to remember whenever somebody brings up CBDCs in this industry, who was the first show to bring up CBDCs? It was us here at the Gentlemen of Crypto way
You
back in
know it.
2018. We were talking about CBDCs. The very first article we ever saw. We were the first people to mention the dangers of the CBDC, what could come as a result, and that to me, this is the ultimate play: is to have control of everybody's money, to basically turn it to China at some point and attach a social aspect to it with maybe the X platform, and you'll see all this happening now 6 years later. So just remember that when people bring up CBDCs and who's discussing it, we've been discussing it from the very beginning, and this is not surprising at all. Federal Reserve, of course, wants CBDCs as one of their 7 key duties because they own Congress, and this is a top priority simply because they want to control your money. They cannot live with themselves if they got to get some more control, just a little bit more control, please, just more control, because they have to know your transactions. They want to know where you spend it at, how much you spend. They can shut it down when they feel like it. They can make you not buy certain things. You can't buy meat. You can't buy plane tickets. You can't buy this. You can't buy that. It's like, oh yeah, you've gone over your allotted amount of eggs this week. Shut it down. And that's what they basically want. So this is not surprising at all. Federal Reserve was created for control. We've been under their control. I don't want to get in too deep about who actually controls it because I still don't understand how we have debt, how we have. It's like who do we owe?
Right.
What's the point of having all these guns? And who do we owe? Like that's the thing. Is the debt is made up. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. But because they have controlled us for this long with $34 trillion in quote unquote debt, CBDCs are obviously coming. They're going to nuke this economy. They're done with this old economy. They're trying to bring in the new one. The only way to do it is to nuke what we have now, have everybody begging for bread in the bread lines, and then, hey, we'll airdrop you this CBDC. Download this wallet. I think the same thing is going to happen with the ETFs. They're going to say the only way that you can pull out of your ETF is with a CBDC. So this is not surprising at all.
Yeah, at this point, they keep talking about and teasing it to get you comfortable with it. It's definitely happening. Like, I mean, it's like that once, or what we were talking about earlier. A heinous story came out of Hollywood with one of these Hollywood writers, folks. And one of the things, you know, because you don't want to go into like not the victim blame, but when you hear these crazy stories, it's just like, man, the first time somebody gives you a sign or a red flag, you need to recognize it and respect that red flag. And to me, this is the red flag from the government and the Federal Reserve. They keep mentioning CBDCs. They keep talking about they're not playing. They're going to bring these CBDCs. All right. If anybody else were talking about or mentioning any other thing else that you were, hey man, you want a McDonald's sandwich? No, I'm good. Man, those McDonald's fries, man. What? Yeah, man, McDonald's nuggets. Bro, what? Yeah, McDonald's milkshakes. Bro, I'm not going to McDonald's. No, yeah, me neither. I don't want McDonald's. I'm just saying that McDonald's. And it's just like, all right.
I'm loving it.
Right, yeah. Clearly, it's like clearly we see you're going to try to get some McDonald's at some point. You have your mindset on McDonald's. So that's me when I'm looking at the government right now. I'm like, I make things simple. 2 + 2 is 4. They keep talking about CBDCs the same way BlackRock and the government started teasing ETFs. It started off just as oh yeah, BlackRock's interested in ETFs. Oh, they having a meeting about ETFs. Oh, why isn't the SEC Gary Gensler doing anything about these ETFs? And then we have an ETF. So at this point, it's the same thing. They've sprinkled it throughout the last couple of years. Again, I want to remind people in that first bill that was going to have the stimulus package back in 2020, 2021 or whatever, they had it coming out in the form of digital currency or virtual currency, as they put. So that could have been the opportunity for the CBDC then. I think it's prepared. I think it's ready, as we always say. They're just in the news teasing it to see how people are going to feel, get a kind of measuring response before it's actually launched. But it's coming. It is a coming. Like, I don't think we're going to avoid this at all.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy too. And I mean, hey, makes sense as far as if it does get to hyper Bitcoinization and it just gets crazy and you do have a 15-year-old overnight being worth $300 million and he wants to buy a Navy warship, then who knows? Maybe the government does say, you know what? Yeah, we have to, whatever executive order, this is the reason why. but we're partnering with the Federal Reserve again to give you this CBDC. We're going to take control of everything right now. This is getting
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
So who knows? All right, what else we have? Franklin Templeton goes full Degen with investor note on meme coins. Oh, what a great story to end Fuck Bitcoin Friday on. What's going on with Franklin Templeton?
Oh yeah, so my boys at Frankie Templeton, they've gone full degen. The $1 trillion asset manager said meme coins such as Dogecoin have no inherent value or utility, but have the potential for quick profits, which I think is a great description. Everybody here who degens into these coins, they know it doesn't have any inherent value. They know it doesn't have utility, but who gives a shit, right? It's all about the degens, right? It's just like walking into a casino saying I'm about to go make an investment. No, you're about to go lose money, and we know we know it. Or you could possibly make millions. That's the game, right? The firm noted that meme coins require little technical knowledge, have low fees compared to other cryptocurrencies, and have the potential for quick profits, but have a lot of price volatility. And as somebody pointed out to me, as far as the degens and as far as like the younger people looking to make money, they said that whenever you start having an economy that's based around gambling, then you basically are seeing the end of it. And what I mean by that is it's not just degening into crypto. Because if you think about it, what's the best way to get rich? Most people say, well, let's just get into crypto and try and get a meme coin. But you know what else is happening? Parlays, prize picks.
Prize picks. I've been seeing
All
that.
of
Oh
the
my
How many
goodness.
underdog fantasy? I mean, how many of those have you been flooded with? I've gotten flooded with all of these different these marketing and commercials of bet picks is coming to North Carolina and prize picks is coming to North Carolina, because I guess my IP is still attached to Charlotte. But it's so funny because I'm like, man, they're flooding you with all these ways to gamble, because there's no real ways to make money for some people, and that's the only way they see out as gambling. Especially the younger generation, they're like, man, I can get on TikTok, learn about some illiquid shit coin, I can make $1 million in 2 weeks, and then whatever. That's basically what a lot of younger people are thinking. So this is just a sign of the times. And Franklin Templeton, I think they hit the nail on the head. They don't have utility. Stop trying to. That's the thing. I don't mind shit coins basically, but just don't try to market it to me as real money, and that you really are going to have some sort of community where you all are in this together. No, y'all are all trying to sell to somebody else. And Elon Musk is no different. So it is what it is. Franklin Templeton hit the nail on the head. We got a whole bunch of new coins that have come out. Have you seen Joe Biden, King?
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's pretty
That's what I'm
funny.
saying. Like that's probably going to do 1,000% gain leading up to the election. Things like that.
Right.
You're going to see more of it, and they're going to get wackier and crazier. And to me, it's just hilarious. It's fun. It's gambling. I like Vegas too, people. It is what it is.
Well, hey, while the gold rush of gambling is happening, make sure you cash in or don't at all, and you still cash out by not playing. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
Stack those sats. Make sure you smash those likes and shares. Bitcoins Day, you got any news today? We got to have a short show today. We run today, people.
Oh yeah, we got to run out. Real quick, somebody said they got 2 Bitcoin, and their wife is telling them about
I saw that one. Yeah.
pressing them about buying a house. Tell her the house can wait. We're stacking Bitcoin right now. That would be my advice. But real advice: go to unchained.com. You can get a loan from there, 50% LTV value. So if you got 2 Bitcoins, that's like 150K right now. All you have to do is take 75 of that, pay it back. You get your Bitcoin back once you pay it back. I think they got 3 to 5 year terms. So I would rather stack Bitcoin, but I know how people can get pressured by their significant other. However, I'm just saying from my experience, don't sell your Bitcoin if you already got 2. There's some people in 10 years they're gonna be begging you. So just let her know just have patience. We all good.
Yeah, I'm in the same exact answer as you. I saw that as well. Way to go on that one. Smash that like and share. We'll see you all next week with some more news. Cheers.
Cheers.